Hey, this is Ross Payton with Role Playing Public Radio. We are playing Blades in the Dark, The Blind Eyes, episode 23. In the last episode, the Blind Eyes took out Inkblood, and what a mighty battle it was after hunting for Inkblood, as Inkblood was hunting for the Blind Eyes, but they managed to raid a safe house, find the information about where Inkblood was, then took the battle to him, and Flake just crushed his skull, basically. Turned demon killing Knuckles are really good at that, it turns out. So good job.
Powerful wizard.
Powerful wizard. So yeah, the Leviathan Hunters has fractured as a faction, no longer under the iron rule of a demon. The three other remaining captains have splintered. This has only exacerbated the violence in Duskwald.
Yay!
The city is on fire in many points. All the same people are just doing everything they can just to keep the ghost wall up. The center cannot hold. The worst are full of passion and intensity. It's going great, guys. Ever and ever in a widening gyre. So yeah, you need to take out Satara if you're gonna have peace, because Satara's Lord Scurlock, through Lord Scurlock, is now starting to sound a lot of good to a lot of people. Like, well, I mean, he's a really old, weird aristocrat, but man, he'll put things under control and stabilize things. This is getting out of hand. We need a firm hand at the rudder. So he's actually gained in power, but I will say for free, it seems like Scurlock, well, Satara, you have no idea, but Scurlock is in Scurlock Manor, and is sort of issuing orders from the manor. So you're gonna have to go to him. So Scurlock is going to be the only one who's going to know where Satara is, because only you and Scurlock know that Scurlock works for Satara, the demon. So I mean, you could try and figure out some other way to get that information, but you have no. But Scurlock right now is your only lead to where Satara is. So yeah, you're in your safe house. The Salvage has figured out how to make food with the soul engine. Just any kind of organic matter can make food. Just don't think about what the organic matter was. So as
it's just trolling for dinner.
Well, it's like there's a lot of algae scraping duty. Going into the sewers and scraping algae off the walls, just pouring it into the soul engine, and then you get grog out. So. Yeah.
Hey,
I am just saying, if we are going to eat rats and algae, why not just eat rats and algae? This is a necessary step.
Because we can make it
put
palatable.
Through machine, kill flavor.
Have you? It's like, I'm sorry, but the fact that we can literally make sewer filet mignon into actual filet mignon is a wonder to me, and I will not have this question.
You are too posh. My mother in the old days would have killed for algae like this. It's like pearls before swine.
The machine is magical, so when it processes food, it makes you stronger with magic. You'll become a stronger wizard if you eat this food.
It is only my pursuit of the dark arts that has saved you.
Eat your algae
newfangled machine.
Yeah. So you need to. Well, I mean, yeah. Right now, Scurlock seems to be your only viable path to Satara, and Scurlock probably going to kill you or try to kill you if he sees you. So it's probably looking for you too. But again, you don't have to leave the warehouse, so it's really hard to find you because there's a lot of buildings in the city, even now, even though a good number of them have been set on fire. So, yeah.
Can we run like an information campaign to just pin Scurlock as working with demons, and that's why the whole city's in chaos? Turn everything against him and all.
I mean, you're never going to get 100% of the populace to turn against them. At most, you'd be able to.
Ross,
but can we get Van Brexit?
Van Brexit.
Yeah, I lived through the 2020 election. I understand that. I'm just asking, how close can you get?
You can give me a. That would probably take.
I'm just proposing this as a team. I can't do that. Joe.
Okay,
no one's going to fucking listen to me. I'm just throwing it out there.
I would say it's certainly possible to turn the city against Scurlock, and get the whole port. I mean, just telling that Scurlock is a vampire would probably get the people to break out the torches and pitchforks.
Do you hear the people sing?
We could make it sort of union action.
Mm-hmm.
There you go, direct action. I like it.
Yes, we are part of war, but we are starters of war. Is good position to be in. We will be heroes to people.
Mm-hmm.
I, Flake, vampire slayer, tamer of demons. We could lead the people into a new age. I've heard of this new age. They talk about it at the meetings during parts I am awake. But I will rule it with my demon fists once they turn away from fish hands, which I am told will be soon.
Yeah, just keep putting the ointment on it.
Yes. I am familiar with skin conditions. This is a new one, though. I will permit this.
So with your fish hands, they have started going down a little bit. If Salvage were to make some sort of basically mittens that you could wear that then would then have the knuckles on them, you could use them in battle. I
thought we took care of a lot of that at the end of the last game.
Did we?
I think Flake will just cut through the webs and not give a shit and just punch people with
cutting through the webs will be a level 1 harm.
Yeah, he doesn't care.
Okay.
Well,
he's a crazy person. So you can do what you want, Salvage. He'll do it, but he has not even thought of that.
I'm sure at this point it is. So, and what were the webs consistent of? Are they just like normal
webbed, like think fish people?
Got Black Lagoon hands.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Is it possible to get any kind of see if I could work with the Soul Engine to develop a compound that could dissolve that without potentially dissolving Flake?
To dissolve his own. That would be a very difficult. That would be a desperate attune check because this is powerful ritual magic. Like,
way okay with the fish hands, man. I can.
Yeah,
I'm basically a human tank. I can take
the Soul Engine can make anything, but you don't understand like the interaction between this ritual magic and demonic powers, how they interact very well. That's way outside your expertise.
Yeah, I know it would be that too, and to the hopes that maybe it could imbue like a vial of alkahest to the point where it becomes bone solvent, I guess.
Well, yeah, that's easy, but like then you would you wouldn't have
on his hands.
Yeah, that would you would not have hands. Like, it's you're not familiar with how demons work, Salvage.
Okay.
So I figure to get to Scurlock, we either need to be very sneaky, or we need to be very loud with many people. So the union route, this would involve lying, which I am sure my friend Vimes is familiar with. He is quite
just as soon as you said the word lying, I basically perked up like a greyhound.
Yes, this is bonus. Downside for some in the group, Flake nudges towards Salvage, is many more deaths amongst populace. But, tis the nature of political change. Alternative, we be very sneaky and kill him in vampire sleep. And then all of you tell everyone about how strong I am. And because they will not see me.
The stealth route, that the main thing is casing the joint, and there are two ways to do that. One is to actually do it yourself, but the other one is to find an informant and then make them reveal things. So if you get someone, what was the name of the guy you killed? The guy you really fucking hated. Anyways, if you can find the new version of that guy.
Mousy or whatever?
Yeah, Mousy. If you find the new Mousy, and basically, well, probably kill him and put his soul in a hull so you can then just interrogate his mind. Something like that. You could get the layout pretty quickly.
But friends, what you want to do? Sneak, stealthy vampire murdering wizards, or political change with revolution?
Yeah, I mean, like, I feel like with the whole use ourselves as bait plan last time, that was the sneaky option, and we sort of see how that went. It worked out. It just kind of cost us a lot along the way. So maybe, I mean, normally the reason to not go loud is that you need to, preserve the veil for the future, right? Where, like, what is the future even gonna fucking be? No one knows. No reason to not go loud.
So yes, this is yeah.
Okay.
We will do this.
Yeah. You assemble an army and just storm the manor.
Yeah, so that will be what our
Gather information.
is doing. Yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna start the October Revolution.
I mean, shit's on fire. There's no better time for this. And you can arm whatever faction.
I remember when the giant ogre man got off the train that day. Yeah.
So there's a lot of different things you try and figure out before we pick the score. Like what factions are more amenable to this, what factions are least amenable to this. Yeah, that sort of stuff. I mean, there's any number of, which factions are best armed. Yeah. Because while you can't arm the problem with if you use Soul Engine to arm a faction, then moving the arms from the Soul Engine to the faction creates a risk that people discover where the Soul Engine is. Right now, the reason why you're so well hidden is because you don't go out. Nothing goes in, nothing goes out, so nobody knows to look there. But as soon as
there seem to be plenty of weapons,
yeah,
in the city.
Well, yeah, but the more armed factions are maybe less interested in storming a manor of Lord Scurlock. I don't know. It depends.
All right, how about one of the questions is where's an armory we can hit?
There we go. Yeah. Do you want to figure that out?
That's probably less in my skill set than
yeah, I'm there.
Than some more hard persuasive measures
all right,
to get certain members of the union on board.
Who are you lying to? The blue coats? What's left of them?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to do a Dark Knight. All the cops charge from the sewer.
Well, this is just to find out where they keep their guns. So,
yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I think I'm actually going to go out as a oh shit. Who did we just Leviathan Hunter? We're gonna do our last stand. So where can we get some extra help?
Yeah. Well, so are you looking for the army or are you looking for a faction?
In the terms of guns.
Okay. Sure.
Help in terms of guns.
Yeah. Go ahead and this is going to be risky because doing anything now, leaving your warehouse is going to be risky because, hey, every shit's on fire.
Yep. Got a 6.
Okay. Well, you're very discreet and you stick to the shadows so no one sees you until you get to the people you need to talk to. A few blue coats, and they do tell you of an armory that's not too far from the Scurlock's Manor is actually in the same neighborhood, same district that you killed Inkblood in, 6 Towers. So there's one in Charter Hall, which is the neighboring district as the government. It's home to the workforce of the city, but there's a lot of others. So there is a unused armory that was collapsed. Basically, the building itself fell in, but all the weapons were stored in the basement, which was reinforced. So you'd have to dig out the rubble. That's why nobody's got them. But that's pretty close to the manor. So if you can clear out the rubble really quickly, you can get a bunch of really nice guns and explosives and, bludgeons and all kinds of neat weapons and tools. So
shovels and picks and implements of destruction.
Mm-hmm. So there's your arsenal, but you've got to dig it up. So that's your gather information. Who wants to gather some information next?
Salvage, we got to take control of the trains or the carriages or the hulls or whatever. You gotta be able to control traffic across the city. That's essential.
Well, there's the docks. I mean the canals. Then there's the carriages. The trains don't really run through the city. They run out into and out of the city.
So the blind eyes can take care of the canals, but you need to get the carriage guys on board.
Okay.
Get the taxi union with a Salvage.
Yeah, you could analyze them to figure out the best way to get them on your side.
I can. I'm just not sure I would talk that much right now because are we looking at them as more or less gearheads, or in some case?
I mean, I'll let you choose your approach. You could come up with some ingenious technical plan that's so irresistible to them that would work.
Holy shit! Promise to automate their carriages. Since all the fucking horses are dead during the awful war that we've started. Promise to be like, hey, I got this machine that makes magic carriages.
So, okay, that actually...
Yeah, invent the car. Invent the car.
Invent Uber.
Yeah.
I promise it.
Yeah, could we do that, or basically take a carriage and just give it a hull motivator so it starts moving it on its own?
Yeah, man. Whatever. Yeah.
Give me a tinker check.
Techie.
This is control.
Go innovate.
Yeah.
Go revolutionize.
It'll still need a driver. It'll still need a driver, but yeah, you can basically make a hull car with a controlled tinker check.
Okay. Soul motors.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're going to call this.
Sure.
And thus the first Detroit Auto Show.
I call it the Homer.
Salvage Auto. All right. Actually, I'll go ahead and spend some stress on that. Okay. So give me extra. Because I'm paranoid.
Sure.
One partial success.
Okay. So yeah, you definitely need one human soul per car. Yep. So slight price for this, but
it could just be the driver, and then they can always work.
No, it needs a live human pilot as well as it is not a rider or a driver.
Yeah, we don't tell them that.
Okay. I mean, you can. There's a lot of people who get murdered, and you just gather up their souls.
Yeah, I get it's repurposed. So
Audra, you could get a soul, and he could build a prototype, and then we could just not worry about what we promised until
Soul Motors has free hospice care for everyone in the city.
You want a soul? I can get you a soul.
Yeah, Audra, get a soul, and then you'll have a prototype for him to promise them, and then we can worry about actually fulfilling the promise of the revolution.
Yeah, what's the
later.
VC sitch like in Duskfall?
I just feel Salvage would end up going to, it's like some person's dying grandmother. It's like, don't worry, you have job to take care of your family after you go.
Risky shit. That would actually work as a business model in fucking Victorian England or whatever.
Yeah.
Grandma's dying anyway. You can make money off her or not.
Yep.
I'm not sure I'm comfortable with the Industrial Revolution we're about to start.
I mean, you did choose Spark. You chose to be an engineer in Sparkcraft, which is powered by souls.
I'm aware. Yeah, that's fine.
It's just a logical.
Hey, look, man, we have a very strong natural border in that the entire world is being consumed by ghosts. So there's a chance that we could make a socialist utopia, because I don't think there's a Duskvolian CIA coming to fuck us up. So
this is true.
It could work out. It could work out.
Maybe that's the process of where you get to that first, and then we convert all the demons back to spirits and get our sky back.
Yeah,
Make a ghost car.
So you design that. That takes you some time, so that's your gather information check. If somebody wants to go get a soul for the soul car, that would be a risky hunt check to find a person that is dying.
Aren't there all sorts of people dying, though?
Well, yeah, but that's what a hunt is. Or I guess prowl would work as well if you're just...
Aren't we all dying, Ross?
Yeah, I mean, couldn't you just get somebody before the spirit wardens got there?
Yeah, that's why it'd be like a single risky prowl or hunt check to find the person.
Oh, okay. Audra, you want to do that?
I can't hunt.
All right, I'll prowl. I will go prowl.
I'll
for
assist.
souls.
Because
You said Dicebot's working again?
Right now? What?
Yep.
Do it.
Actually, I'm very good at prowl now. Pretty good before. Partials.
Partial?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
4.
So with a partial, you do find a person and who was just bleeding out unconscious, and you're there to capture their dying soul into a soul jar, essentially. But as you are getting up to go, you hear cackling, but overhead, and you distantly, and you're like, "What the fuck is that?" And you look up, and you see a gyrocopter being piloted by the escaped foghound, who swore revenge. And
what?
Yeah, the gyrocopter that was haunted, and also swore revenge on you.
You got a stall, man.
Yeah. Well, they've been hunting for you, and they teamed up, and so he's going to drop grenades on you from a great height. So,
Okay, well, throw the bleeding guy at the first grenade, grab his soul, and let's get out of here.
no, you've already grabbed the soul. You just need to evade or.
Okay. Well, then time to leave.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess I will try and take cover with prowl.
Okay.
Let's just get to the nearest sewer and get out of here.
Yeah. I'm going to try and sneak away from the spotlight, I guess.
You're pretty distinctive, Flake. So
I know, but oh man, I don't. I got grenaded.
Yep. You can spend a point of armor, or you can take a level 2 harm, or make a resistance check.
Definitely spend a point of armor.
No.
I have points in that. Do I have to make another check or?
No. I mean, this is just your armor takes some shrapnel before you get in the sewer, but he's unable to hit you with another grenade because you did get into the sewers. So, good job. But now you know someone's hunting for you.
Okay.
So,
I will look for like a really good throw-in rock on the way back home.
Well, the rest of it's mostly underground.
A+ throw-in rock.
Yeah.
A strong brick.
All right. Yeah. So you have a brick handy.
Or a bottle of Mickey's. Yeah, something really throwable. It's my anti-air defense.
Okay.
Audra's up, I guess.
Yep. So you have a soul. So Salvage can cram that soul into a car. So you have a soul car prototype.
Yep.
All right.
We need people. We have the carriages to stop things. We know where to hit. You got to get us people.
I'll even say your soul car has a tow on it, so you can pull wreckage and debris out, like from a buried arsenal.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Actually, can I do one more tinker check to see if I can get a basically just get a bulldozer bucket onto it?
I mean, didn't make it as like construction equipment. You made it as like a passenger car. So
yeah, you do have to show it off. Like, be like, hey, look at the brand new Soulmaster 5000.
It gets 5,000 miles per the soul.
Well, I mean, first of all, let's get Audra's gather information check.
Yeah, maybe it's a great awakening. You could do like a spiritual awakening into revolution.
I was kind of going to do that with Rodolfo and the elites. Some sense.
Yeah.
Get all his little ghost fetishists leading.
Oh, Raffaello, your painter friend, yeah.
Yeah.
Get like a continental congress together.
Yeah. Yep,
to work and force their peons.
And also to see Scurlock outed
Yeah.
with one of their own.
Yes. We trust in the deists. They'll save us.
Okay, so you can I'd say if you can get to the thing is he is in White Crown right now, which is probably the most in control district because it's an island off the coast only a single bridge, which is heavily fortified. So you have to get. So the challenge is getting to Rafael. If you can get to Rafael, he can tell you, he can help set that up. But you need to get to him. So how are you going to get to him?
I can help if you need like assist rolls.
Mm-hmm. I didn't know if I could just attune into his brain.
Oh, well, there you go. Yeah, you could do that instead. I would say because of the sheer number of new ghosts and shit that are rising around, because spirit wardens, it's definitely going to be risky to do this. But yeah, you could do that.
All right, you still helping, Flake? I'll teach you some magic. Teach you.
Fuck yes.
Okay. This is gathering information.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That's awesome.
That is.
The dice bot got stuck.
Yeah, no.
Dice bot, you son of a bitch. We should have killed you a long time ago.
You're just feeding into Dicebot. That is
3.
Yeah, that is a failure on 5d6. It's just 1 and 4 threes. For the listeners at home. So, yeah, y'all have a ghost. You just brought a ghost into your house, and it is starting to feed instructions to the soul engine. So this is going to be.
I've got this, Audra. Do not worry.
Yeah,
all right. I'll give Flake my ghost hook.
So basically, okay, so what happens?
I don't even need it. I'm wrestling a ghost now.
Oh yeah, because you can do that. Yeah. So this is going to be a risky skirmish check.
I'll assist.
Okay.
Yeah, I get partials.
Okay, so with a partial,
come here, you.
You managed to wrestle the ghost. The problem is that it gains temporary partial access to the soul engine, and it constructs a arm made out of debris and part of the warehouse floor with a bunch of spinning, whirling blades, and they just gouge you right in the chest and slash across your face. So you can spin armor or resist a level 2 harm.
I'll spin more armor.
Okay.
Oh my god.
I'm glad I'm essentially covered in just like oven grates at all times and phone books.
Yep.
Paranoid trash man. Yeah.
Yeah. So you managed to bottle up the ghost. I guess you have a free ghost now. Everyone is deeply
I walk back in after all this run, look at it like, what did I tell you? It is 10
smashing
feet
the arm
behind the line. You do not bring a jar over that. We have been through this before. Did you see what happened to Stradler the last time? He has been talking backwards for 5 hours.
So
I got you. I made you a present.
Yeah.
I give him like the horribly limp, broken ghost arm.
And the soul.
Full of knives and the soul. Yeah.
You
could make a car of it. Eh? Make a car.
A bicep car that kills people. Yeah, sure.
Yes,
We'll do that.
It just has to get through the show. We will fix it in post. It's fine. Audra! More ghosts! Let's go!
All right, let's do this.
All right, so now we're all right with a partial success. So Audra, you'll take some backlash from this. So
sure.
This will be a level 1 harm. You can resist, of course, under resolve. So that'd be 2 stress or level 1 harm, as you know.
I'll take the 2 stress.
Okay. So you get an intense headache, but you manage to mentally connect with Rafello. And so what are you saying to him over the void?
I am going to tell him, grab his friends, grab his art supplies, because there's going to be the most amazing paranormal demonstration in the history of Duskfall in a few hours.
Okay, and you're telling him to go to the arsenal?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He is very eager. He'll arrange an armed entourage to protect him, but the art. He knows that you would be at the heart of the action.
Oh yeah, get my good side.
Yeah. Oh, of course. I can't wait to paint Audra leading the charge. So. You don't mind. I'll take some artistic license. I mean, I think in general, a topless lady is more artistic, especially if you're waving a flag. But
I think as part of a new era, you should push new artistic standards, such as clothed women.
A bold new aesthetic statement.
You're right. It is declassé. Clothing for all the women, and the men shall be topless. Yes.
There you go.
Yeah.
I've done my part.
We just lost half of our movement. If only we pitched towards the center, we could have saved them.
Do you lose your character at 3 or 4 trauma?
4.
Okay, just checking. All right.
Yeah, because you're at 3, right?
I'm at 2.
Okay.
I'm cold and reckless.
I am at 3.
Yeah.
I am unstable, vicious, and reckless.
Yeah. So it sounds like this is actually going to be a social to get the people of Duskwall to do your work for you. Is that about the size of it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're starting a revolution against the rich.
Yeah, I would say a revolution is a social score. So
Scurlock will get desperate enough. Go to Satara first.
So are you starting with the taxi union? Since you have the solo car.
Yeah, we gotta make sure we have enough time to get the armory out and distributed without anyone coming to stop.
Okay, so we're at the engagement roll now,
and blind eyes can freeze the canals, right? That's something our organization can do.
Well, they can patrol it. That you do have 2 boats, and of course you could. Let's see here. Salvage could fabricate some new weapons to guarantee their naval dominance, or fabricate a new boat. But with only a couple hours to go, you don't have time to do both. So do you want to upgrade your 2 ships or make a 3rd ship?
Honestly, I would be in more favor of strengthening the existing ships that we already have.
Okay.
Instead of having something that would just immediately sink unless it's just being used as a false flag or
up armor the Swan.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, it's War Swan. Tell me you make a little helmet for it.
Oh, it's absolutely spiked and it has Hog written on the front of it. So
all right, so hold on, let me do the engagement roll since this is the first roll. So it's risky. So because you're doing this in a hurry, if you get a partial, it'll be less effective, or it'll be less effective. So,
okay. Could I have somebody assist me by holding up an area for a welding welding joint? Thank you.
Okay.
Please cover your eyes. I know that doesn't seem like you'd have to, but it's necessary.
All right, but I might be keeping these goggles.
Fair enough. So you've heard them.
Socialist steampunk. Here we come.
Partial successes.
Okay. So you upgrade the armor and weapons of them. But it's a rush job, so yeah.
Probably not staying on after this fight.
Yeah, but I mean the fight's been going on for a while, so there's probably you're not going to be facing a lot of your 2 ships are that's where your crew is going to be concentrated. They're 2 freshly armored and fully full ammo supply, and whereas every other ship that they'll be facing in the canals is been out there for a while, so they're running ragged. So normally you wouldn't stand a chance against the blue coats or especially the Leviathan hunters, since they literally have Marines and patrol boats and shit like that. But they've been doing this a while. They're running on fumes, whereas you're just hi, just showing up in your shiny new War Swan with a helmet on the head.
The Leviathan hunters should be on our side soon, hopefully.
Well, that depends on how your rolls go. Also, They're no longer the Leviathan hunters. There's 3 separate factions. Each captain has their own faction.
Well, yeah.
That was kind of the whole point. That was the whole thing. The divide and conquer.
That wasn't the point. That was the fallout.
All right. Well, but your first social connection is going to be the taxi union manager. Let's see here. Her name is Bliss, and she manages the routes. She is in Charter Hall as well. So she's not too far from the arsenal. And you need to get to her, and then you need to convince her to, of whatever your pitch is. So first you need to get to her. As you know, there are people looking for you. And not just Scurlock's forces, but probably some of the ex-Leviathan hunters, but also the Foghound on a gyrocopter, throwing grenades at anybody who looks like you.
I can do this very quietly if you wish me to go.
Well, I mean, you also need to, once you get there, you need to, probably convince her of,
I can be very convincing.
Okay.
Flake has ways. She has family, right?
Well, that may not be a good approach. She is, not in a position of relative strength. You can't really threaten someone into an alliance when you're an unknown force. They have no idea how powerful you are. So you would have to be, and they've been fighting for weeks. So now, that would be very challenging to threaten her. I mean, other people can go with you, Vimes can go with you. If you lead the way, only you have to make the roll to get to find a path.
Okay. Vimes, you want to do the scary, we're in the office when she turns on the light kind of thing?
Yeah, I like that one. Can we be in swivel chairs with...
Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm behind the door. You're in the swivel chair.
Okay, well, that will take 2 checks. One to get to the taxi union headquarters, and then one to get into her office. So,
all right, I will prowl.
Okay.
Vimes, do you want to help me prowl?
I will help you prowl. That's actually something I'm already decent at, so I don't even have to aim it up.
Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, never mind.
Oh, yeah.
You're a fucking ninja, leaping from rooftop to rooftop.
Scrape.
Yeah. Yeah. So you two ninja, you don't even have to make your second check. You just, with your critical, you do get into her office. There's just an open window, and you scrabble right up to the second floor and wait for her to come in. She looks very tired, middle-aged woman, pistol tucked into her belt, some dried blood on her shirt. She's sort of consolidating a lot of the working class guilds and workers into one organization. You wait for her to turn. Are you turning on the light when she gets in, or are you waiting for her to turn on the light and you're just in her chair?
I guess we wait for the lamp.
Okay. So she turns the lamp on. She sees the two of you.
I shut the door behind her.
Oh, okay. So she's looking at Vimes. Yeah. All right. So she doesn't panic. She's a cool customer. And she says,
"Good evening."
She looks back at Flake, is like, well, you're the blind eyes. I've heard of you.
Oh, that's so kind.
Well, he's a lot of stories about that one. She points to Flake.
Yeah, we tend to let those go and let the stories about the rest of us die down.
Yeah.
It's a strategy.
Yeah, and you too, former Bluecoat, right?
Aw, it's so nice of you to pay attention.
Well, you made a big stir when you took out Ink. Leviathan hunters are all, they're all broken up, and it's just made my life a lot more miserable, so... But you're not here to kill me, otherwise you would have done so.
Astutely imagined. Guys, I hate to say it, but I was a little checked out the last few minutes.
Okay.
What if you do not have to have hard work? What if they are not broken up any longer?
You're going to unite the Leviathan hunters after breaking them up?
You are.
Oh, I am.
Yes.
And why would they listen to a bunch of fucking workers? They think they're better than us.
Oh no, they are workers too. We are all workers. Has not the Times reminded you of this?
Well, the people who lead the Leviathan Hunters aren't workers. They're captains and nobles.
Yes, it is not so hard to make them think they are going to a party when they are going to the slaughterhouse. You just need their cooperation for a little time. It is so easy to break a man. I know these things. Everyone thinks it is a hard thing to do. No, you just find a place where it is weak and you snap it, and it never goes back to the way it was before. The city is like this now. It is weak. We snap it one way, and it is yours.
Well, it sounds like you already know what to snap, and what do you want from me?
Cooperation with your carriages. There are many maps, and I find reading to be beneath me. My friend Vimes knows of this. He is the persuasive one.
She looks.
I am more of an alternative road, perhaps best not traveled, if you understand.
Mm-hmm. So, out of character, Vimes, remember you're trying to get her to join you on your assault on Scurlock Manor,
Right.
and your sort of persuasiveness. Your the things is, one, you have a soul car, which would be very useful for them, and two, you can use the soul car to dig up the arsenal at Charter Hall, and
Right. So basically, yeah. Okay.
show up to this, and I'll show you something that I can give you if you side with me.
Right. Okay. So it turns out I had all those pieces. I was just assuming there were more that I had been out for. So, but at any rate, thanks for the recap.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So here's the deal. We have disrupted the Leviathan Hunters recently, and I realize that's a bit of a bite for you.
Mm-hmm.
We're as sorry as we can be for that. I know apologies without action don't mean a whole lot. So, here's the action part of it. We have recently come into possession as part of our interaction with the Leviathan Hunters of means to affect certain changes in our community. And we've come up with something that I think you and yours would be very interested in seeing, something that could be really revolutionary for the kind of work you do. We, of course, as you know, kind of need something a little bit like some, quid pro quo in these dark days to show you that. So, if your local Teamsters, as it were, could meet up with us at this time and place, we will be arming anyone who shows up. And we will be moving against Lord Scurlock. Because what we've discovered along the way, I'll just come as clean as I reasonably can with you. He's got a plan that involves blowing up a large part of the city. And we like the city. It's where we keep our stuff. I think you'll find your stuff is kept there too.
Mm-hmm. All right.
So,
yeah. That's a risky sway check. If you get a partial, she'll want more assurances or collateral or something along those lines.
Can I get some extra knuckle cracking there, Flake?
Sure.
And there's the 6.
All right. Very good. All right. We haven't had, we have the manpower to dig up that arsenal, but we haven't because it would put our people too at risk. It'd take too long. Other forces could snipe at us. So if you're planning to dig this thing up, you need to do it pretty quickly.
We have a way of expediting it. I mean, obviously, the more we collaborate, the better this gets.
Okay. Well, if you the proof is in the pudding, so we'll be there.
Isn't it just?
And Scurlock. I have no idea. I hated him before this. He's I don't trust him. And if you want to team up with, I'd rather be on your side. if you could take down Ink and fuck up the Leviathan Hunters, sure, let's take down Scurlock.
Kill the gods and knock over their thrones.
Mm-hmm. All right. So again, with your critical success, you don't need to. You have a secret ninja route back to the warehouse without having to deal with any of the many dangers now in the city. So yeah. Meanwhile, cut to Audra and Salvage. I guess prepping for the demolition or the excavation of the arsenal.
Spiritualism auto show.
So, again, with that crit success, I'll say you guys can use the same route to get near the arsenal, so you can get within sight of it, so you can figure out what you need to do. The problem is, as Bliss was talking about, it's sort of it was a blue coat district or precinct house, and it was sort of at the intersection of a major thoroughfare. So like, there's a lot of buildings facing it. It's just a big open exposed area. I mean, there's just like a ruined building, and you have to sort of demolish the whole thing and remove all of that material before you can safely get to the arsenal. So the soul in your soul car would certainly help pull that stuff away. But basically it's still going to take long enough that anybody who has spies watching that area is going to be able to send word back to whatever faction, and that faction is going to be able to muster up a force to, start sniping you or assaulted force. It's still going to take like an hour instead of like 6 hours.
So the question being is, how do we either distract them or...
But you also don't know what the response. You don't know who's watching. You don't know what the response time is. You don't know how long it is before you're going to come under attack. But like, you imagine there's spies, there's lookers from various factions watching it at any given time in order to keep tabs on it, because whoever has that arsenal has a major advantage. Yeah, and of course, if you kill the lookouts, then they'll get some kind of response at some point, but you don't know enough about that. So you can make a study check to hazard a guess.
Okay. Okay. And I will assist you with that.
This is controlled.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I've got 2 in it. If somebody else is having, well, go for it then.
Okay. Yep. And I'll assist you. So you can
stuck the one in.
Yeah. So with a partial on controlled, you're not 100% sure, but you would guess any halfway competent force would probably be able to get at least a couple of snipers and to set up in one of these buildings. To basically, they don't have to like assault you in force; they just have to like make it impossible to do work. All they need is a couple people shooting at you every few minutes to keep the workers from like wanting to do shit because they think they're about to get shot. So you're probably looking about 30 minutes from the time you show up, from the time you start work before like there's snipers in one of these. There's like 12 buildings facing this, and so from any one of those buildings opening fire. So you either occupy 12 buildings, which is major front, or you get it done within 30 minutes.
Okay.
So and right now you're at an hour with just the soul car.
So
we had that second soul from a ghost mishap. Can we turn that into like more excavation power from the soul engine?
Yeah, with a tinker check, you can make a heavy machinery powered by souls of the damned.
I mean, we got the extra soul.
Yeah,
might as well use it.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, it's gonna rot on my shelf.
We never have a chance to use these souls, and we need it now. So
yeah, okay. So that's a tinker. This is to make not a regular car, but like a bulldozer or a backhoe or something.
Okay, so the conversion, is that still going to be a control check?
It's going to be risky because you don't have a lot of time to do. Well, actually, you do. I'll let you choose. You can be controlled or risky. Controlled is going to be less effective if you fully succeed, but like risky, it's like what risk to reward do you want?
I'll go ahead and hit risky and go ahead and spend some stress.
Okay, if you get a fail on this, the soul escapes. You just rushed it too much, so you just
okay.
If you get a partial, it would be kind of flawed. But it'll help. And if you get a full success, you'll significantly reduce the time.
Okay. Audra, would you be able to assist with this? Or okay, thank you. Come on, we literally want ghost killdozer one time.
Yeah, basically.
That is a critical.
Jesus.
We made killdozer. I'm so happy.
Just with this alone, you might be able to get within 30 minutes. It's a really effective. It's a bulldozer and a backhoe all at once. It can do both. It has both a crane, an arm, and a bulldozer attachment, so it can do two things at once. And it's
what I wanted.
Yeah. So you're going to be just on the cusp of getting a response and being done. So like once you get the arsenal, though, there's no point. They're not going to keep firing at you because that you got it. So and you now have a lot more guns. So the whole point is to deny you the guns. Once you get it, there's no point in keep shooting at you. At least with one or two snipers. So
yeah.
You could just do this with this, and you probably, but it's cutting close.
So I've got this ability where I can blow special armor to resist consequences from detection or security measures.
Mm-hmm.
Can I just cash that in as a chip to basically can I short circuit the scene of me going around and taking out some of the lookouts?
I mean, you can roll, and you could always save that later for the actual assault on Scurlock's manor. But if you want to, make it. Yeah, you go ahead and make a prowl check, and if you fail, then you can just blow it. So, or if you get a partial,
okay.
There's no point in not trying because you could always get 3 6s for some reason.
Anybody inclined to help with that?
Let's see. Yeah, I can give one more. So,
thanks for the sneaky juice.
Nope, you're welcome.
Oh, partial at least.
Okay. With a partial, you get one of them. You don't know what faction, obviously. It's just some gutter snipe hiding in a building, watching it. But you sneak up on him and take him out before he can take his pistol out. And you notice he had a flare pistol with him as well. So, you probably bought yourself at least a couple extra minutes, but you don't know if there's anybody else. And you made a bit of noise, right. So you don't know if you could try again, but it'd be desperate.
To
finish the sweep.
I'm just trying to think, do I want to do that part of the scene right now, or do we want to just cut back into it later?
Okay. We can see that. Well, the last step though is to just study the demolition site and come up with the most effective plan. Like hit this building, get this debris first, and then also, do you want to commit any of your own crew to help excavating, or is it just literally you guys excavating with the soul vehicles?
Well, if we've got the super soul dozer,
yeah, you do. Right now, this is assuming you're not getting the crew in. So Salvage, give me a tinker check for your demolition plan.
Okay.
This is controlled.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, you don't want to bring the whole thing down.
Success.
Mm-hmm.
So,
exactly.
So we just need charges here, and that's like one chain over there, and we're good. So,
Well, it's not really charges. It's but tying things with change.
You have a killdozer, yeah.
You do have a killdozer.
It has charges automatically.
It just rips things. It doesn't charge anything.
Well, the thing is, Vimes, if these lookouts have flare guns, you really do need to choose to finish your sweep before they start or not. Like,
Okay,
because
then
like
I will. Yeah, thank you
right.
for the insight there.
Because
I'll do that thing.
if they have a flare pistol, they see it, they just shoot up the flare. They've alerted their allies, so like that's it. You know.
Right. Okay.
So you can blow, but if you're desperate, obviously consequences are more severe.
Do you want me to help?
Like, yes, I would definitely appreciate help.
The other side,
but you can blow your special armor if you fail or get a partial on this.
I mean, can Flake be just taking them out from the other side with his prowl check?
Well,
So
I mean,
Vimes is in this scene as well.
Yeah.
Temporal pincer maneuver.
Yeah,
but Flake, you will be because it's a desperate roll. You'll suffer any partial or failure side effects.
Yeah, I don't give a shit.
Okay, just letting you know.
Good. There we go.
Okay. Oh well, since Flake was rolling. So yeah, you managed to sweep over. You find 2 others. And like I said, there's 12 buildings with a line of sight on the wreckage. But you find 2 other people that both have flare pistols, and you both snap their necks, or slit their throats, or strangle them, whatever it is. It's so they're definitely not going to be discovered before you finish the demolition. And there's so much noise and chaos in the city anyway, no one's going to really hear or really understand what the noise that building's on fire and collapsing. That's a controlled excavation. Oh, I see. That's unusual. So Bliss brings in a large group of union workers, hearty men and women who are stevedores, drivers, other blue collar workers, and they set up across from the building, and then Salvage, you're driving the car, I assume. Mm-hmm. Who's piloting the killdozer? Well, yeah, Audra. Yeah, that makes sense because
no, it was going to have to be Salvage.
Okay, so Salvage is driving the killdozer.
That probably makes more sense too, because that would be more technically involved. So,
okay,
in case something really goes wrong.
So Audra is doing the
carriage.
Yeah, the carriage.
Sure.
And Vimes and Flake are picking off, lookouts.
Rodolfo's also there with all of his.
Oh yeah, Raffaello and his crew are there. They look at each other, but Raphael is very gregarious and says, Bliss, we did ghost cocaine, remember? 6 months ago. It's like, yeah.
Thumbs up.
Yeah. So he is very eagerly sketching the killdozer. And Salvage, if you want to describe your demolition of the ruined precinct.
So basically the entirety of it is just ramping it's like the killdozer as fast as we can over the edge, hitting it onto the side to the debris was already gone, right? Or were we hitting it and
no, that's the challenge, is getting the debris out. Like
you're creating debris.
Yeah. That's what I thought.
Aaron,
okay.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. So yeah, basically we're just turning this into a spin that's like allowing the backhoe to basically destroy things as necessary and pushing it through with the dozer. So just imagine whatever you're using with being a Fast and Furious moment with a ghost-driven bulldozer.
Yeah. So yeah, there's a lot.
Audra, are you going to try and magic it up for the spiritual awakening?
Like put on a big light.
Yeah, like it's the obscure the killdozer so the armory suddenly shatters open of no free will, or make it like a Zaibatsu killdozer of the stars. I don't know. Magic.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely going to pretend to drive it with magic.
Okay.
Nice.
Get all Fantasia on that shit.
Yeah, what does it look like? So just little sparkles in the air? Or...
You want sparks? I got sparks. You got lightning? I got lightning.
Okay.
You got thunder? I got thunder.
Okay.
Yeah, do Tesla hands.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you don't have to roll for that. It's just like it's
thematic.
Yeah. It's just adding panache really to the show. But they're yeah, you what would have taken a full work crew 6 hours to clear out, you do in less than 30 minutes.
Sunday.
And the workers are able to reclaim their weapons. Now they're their weapons. They were the cops before, but now it's in the hands of the proletariat. Good job. So they
have seized the means of destruction.
So you have the union workers, Rafello's little entourage, all heavily armed. Are you going to march on Scurlock Manors now before Scurlock has a time to recognize what's going to happen? Or are you going to try and build up?
Bliss if she wants her fleet of autonomous taxis, needs to freeze the city so no one's getting through. And then we just cut a swath straight to Scurlock's house.
Yeah,
and the entire time Rafello and his men are ordering people that work for them out into the streets as well.
Okay, well,
that's how revolutions work.
Yeah. How do you want to divide up your forces in terms of blockading Scurlock Manors and assaulting Scurlock's Manors? Because obviously Scurlock Manor there's a fence, there's heavy walls, and your killdozer can make short work of them. But you could also create barricades to
stevedores, create barricades and blockade it.
Okay.
And then we march behind Killdozer with all of the aristocrats.
With Rafello's entourage.
Singing revolution songs that Vimes will make up. And marching heroically to end our oppression.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're going to go full Les Mis. Just...
Okay.
Only instead of a bunch of chairs, we have a fucking tank.
Yeah. Does anyone in flashback to getting any other trying to recruit any other factions, or you just want to cut straight to the assault?
I would like to pay to a flashback to recruiting a kick-ass band to play as we march.
Okay, how that's a 0 flashpoint flashback, because yeah, sure, all right, but how are you recruiting the band, and what
violence? Just threatening them. You will play.
Okay, what style of music do they do?
They do marches.
Okay,
they were actually in the armory.
Okay,
they were just in the armory hiding. It's the Blue Coat National Band. They weren't actually invading the streets, but I have beat them soundly, and they will now play stirring revolutionary marches for us as we go through the street.
Okay.
Or they will die.
All right.
One relationship that I don't really remember cashing in on, but if I forgot, sorry. We also had initially good status reconciled. I don't know if we can get them to help with the...
the friendly ghosts. That's a good point.
Then they're going to help haunting. They're going to put on friendly ghosts.
Yeah, the reconciled are ancient spirits who have not gone feral with the passage of time. Yeah, I'll give you a 0 point flashback for you to try to persuade them or use a tuning to sort of like, what's your pitch?
Just that we've never bothered them for anything until now. And if the city goes down, then they're just going to be pushed all outside the ghost wall anyway.
So. Are you basically doing the Crom prayer?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you cannot do this for me.
Yeah.
All right.
I just want them there to help have an extra set of hands to hand out guns. I just want ghosts handing guns to workers.
Well,
that's all I really want out of this.
Well, their main thing is that they can possess people without any adverse side effects. So they can possess some people to show
they're
up.
Going to hand out guns.
Well, they can't because ghosts are non-corporeal. That's the thing that ghosts are.
We'll make them.
If they possess people, they can just show up.
Hands.
Hey, you could make an elaborate queue to make the gun distribution really like organized, with just ghosts hovering there, pointing the way to things.
Yeah, I just want. Maybe they'll just be there for moral support. You can be like, behind every strong worker is a stronger ghost.
One man gets the rifle, the other man gets the bullet, the third man is a ghost.
One spirit gets the body. The ghost.
Well, they're like, Scurlock's a vampire. Vampires, one of the things is they're immune to ghosts. So we kind of do need to possess people if you want us to actually help you. Like, we could just possess some random criminals that are, just burning stuff.
You have my permission to possess cop.
Okay.
Didn't we burn through a clock once on how to kill vampires?
I did fill that clock a while ago.
Yeah, you did. You found the Spirit Wardens have an anti-vampire weapon, but you don't have it because you never went to get it because it's in White Crown.
They'll join us in glorious revolution.
All right, just
No, I would have told Rodolfo to go get that.
Well, Raffaello can't because it's under lock and key, and he's not in with the Spirit
He's
Wardens.
rich; they can do anything.
He brought an armed entourage of bodyguards to help you with the assault.
That's fair.
So yeah, that's how you use.
So wait, I know how to kill a vampire now.
No, you knew where a vampire killing weapon is.
All right, I'll go do that. You guys march through the streets and recruit.
Okay,
I'll
so
go get the
I
vampire
don't
weapon.
think you can just go get it.
that would be like a 2-point flashback to try and get it, and that's like a score into itself. Like it was.
Aw.
I made it a score. Like it was. I told you it was like
Okay.
under lock and key. Like the thing is, vampires can't be killed with just conventional weapons. They're just really fucking hard to kill.
Oh, okay. Well, then we'll be fine.
Yeah.
Also, it's less about killing Scurlock than just getting him to go to Satara for help, thus revealing
Yeah.
Okay,
Satara's.
well, fair.
So,
All right. Well, first off, Audra, give me an attune check to see how many members of the Reconciled show up.
All of them.
Yeah, all of them. There's a large gang of armed people who show up, and none of them speak, and they're all, for anybody with any points in attune, clearly all possessed. But they're very polite and just very coordinated. Like if it's like a hive mind thing. Like they just all
get to
Heroes
the
of the revolution.
yeah. They're kind of
Come
spooking
from
the others
the
out. a
soil
little
of
bit.
the motherland.
Yeah, no, they fucking hate Scurlock. So yeah, you've bolstered your forces. So if you want to go get the vampire killing weapon, you can, but that's a 2-point.
Nah, fuck it. March to the streets.
Yeah.
We'll just pull him limb from limb. Yeah. All right. We'll
Yeah.
Rasputin his ass.
Yeah,
Could we possibly do one more flashback?
sure.
So before he gets the band together, I want to collaborate with a Soul Engine to produce instruments that will be way over. That's like louder and far more amplified than the others.
So you're saying you want to transform them into doofoyers.
I didn't say the flaming. I was there. If everyone wants to go with it, that's fine. But
Okay.
yes, I want amplifiers for all of their.
All right, that's good. All right, sure. 0-point flashback. Give me a tinker check.
Thank you. Partial success. So
Yeah, it's a bit louder.
okay,
Yeah.
I'll accept it.
Yeah, that's about it. So, if you got a failure, it would have been funny because you would have accidentally invented noise music. Just glitch or sludge.
Just putting Godspeed You Black Emperor.
Yeah, basically.
Metal Machine music will be the album of the revolution.
It's industrial.
All right, so make a note here. I'm gonna.
Oh my god, I would love the idea of a revolution being headlined by Art of Noise.
Yeah, you all march to the east to 6 Towers in order to go fucking kill you a vampire. Well, or a demon, and probably a vampire. We'll see. But yeah, he is. It's not a stealthy approach, so he does see it coming.
I think we want him to know we're coming.
Yeah, it is near the docks, or is actually on the eastern side of the city. So basically, the last manor before you see the canal, and then across from that, on the other side of the canal, is the Ghost Wall. So it's a very dramatic site. It's on top of a hill. It's a tumble down manor, a tangle of vines. It's a rough hewn hill. It's actually built on top of a graveyard. And yeah, very gothic, and not in a very large iron wrought fence, but your killdozer makes short work of the iron wrought fence. But that's when, it starts coming under fire. They have some snipers with long ass range rifles with scopes. And then an explosion. They have some kind of mortar set up. So this is very much an open battle. So the killdozer is so you guys are basically, people are looking to you for guidance in the battle. You could choose everyone take cover under the killdozer as you approach, or just swarm and rush it no matter how many casualties you get it. Or
Flake's already running.
Okay. All right. So
command check using violence.
Yes. Yeah. This is definitely risky.
Anybody want to help?
Sure.
All right. If you're helping, that means you're out there running too, screaming at everyone to keep running. Lead from the forefront, lead by example, that kind of leadership.
Hey, they can't snipe at you if you're too fucking close. All right.
Well, yeah, they can snipe at you right now. You're just trying to minimize the amount of time they can snipe at you.
Partial.
Okay. With a partial, Vimes, you get shot. And Flake, you get peppered with some shrapnel. But they and
no hurt.
Okay, yeah. It hit your coat, passed through, so you have a nice new hole in your coat.
I will resist, so I have a point of armor left. 5. So
a point of stress or a level 1 harm.
I will take the point of stress.
All right. But yeah, you're crossing the field in good time. Almost in there are gravestones that some people are taking cover in to fire their rifles and reload, to shoot back. So Salvage, I imagine you're in the killdozer.
Oh yeah, no, that is absolutely what we're doing.
So you need to, this is literally an uphill battle for you. It is.
Okay.
Can't describe it any more precisely than that. You need to pilot the shit out of that thing, which is not. No, it is not Tinker. This is execution. So this is probably finesse would work.
I would take that. Yeah.
All right. You. This is risky right now just to get up the hill because there are a lot of potholes and tumbled gravestones and shit you could get caught up on.
Audra Windstorm would play Merry Hell with musket fire.
That would work on both sides. So
yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yep. I will go ahead and try this. Partial success.
Okay. So you get shot at, you get hit with you're getting peppered with a lot of mortar fire. You realize that the mortar fire is anti-personnel, shrapnel, because they didn't anticipate killdozers for some reason. Armor. So your vehicle
no one ever does,
but your pilot compartment isn't like fully armored because you need to be able to see, and you didn't have time to make glass, so you just have like portholes to look out of, and shrapnel's getting in through that. So you're going to take a level 1 harm, or you can give me a prowess check to resist that.
I will go ahead and do. Oh wait, yeah, that. Yeah, I'll do that's be a 1 dice. We'll see what happens.
You only have 1 in any of the physical things?
Oh, well, no, I have 3. So I have 3 in finesse. Sorry.
No. That's not how that.
What is to the left of the line?
Oh, okay. Now I remember. So I'll roll 2 dice. My apologies. So
okay.
So you have finesse and what else?
Wreck.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Partial success.
Well, no, it's 6 minus your highest number, so it's 1. You can take 1 stress or a level 1 harm, or you can spend armor.
I'll spend some armor. So
okay. Remember, you only have so much armor.
Mm-hmm.
You only have. Yeah, well, I guess you can have up to 5 things of armor.
It depends on load. Yeah.
I assume everyone's on heavy load because why the fuck wouldn't you be? This is literally assault on the vampire's mansion. So Audra, you can just follow safely behind the killdozer, or you can then do some shit with a tune. Or like you could do the windstorm thing.
I could, but if I really want to do that properly, that requires stress, which
you want to save.
Hold on.
Mm-hmm. So you could just sit behind the killdozer and
just ride on the bumper.
Well,
I just want to blast people.
Yeah. With a gun or with magic?
Magic. I've done it before.
Yeah.
Just, maybe I'll set the wrong people on fire, but
yeah,
partial.
You're there. Got some of them.
Well, you certainly hurt one of them, but you can see you're very long range and the place is warded to some degree.
I generally find these references tiresome, but I'm just like when they first encounter Tim in the Holy Grail. And he's just like making random stuff spark.
Yeah,
but it's not doing anything.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you've certainly irritated one sniper enough that the sniper stopped shooting. Yeah, he has to stop shooting for a bit. So, good job.
Suppressing lightning.
Yeah, but you're a yeah, just tiny little sparks like pew 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 hitting one window up in the attic. But yeah, they were prepared for a peasant revolt. They do have a lot of anti-personnel weapons. And in fact, as your forces get closer, a window on the ground floor opens up, and a massive Gatling gun pops out of it, and they start grinding it, cranking it, and your dudes start falling as the Gatling gun extracts a heavy toll on the attackers. So
do I see this?
Oh yeah, you're in the line of fire. It hasn't hit you yet, but it's about to. So it's also what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna run at it.
Okay. Running at it is going to be a desperate action.
I have reflexes. Does that help?
Reflexes would give you a chance to get closer to it before it can. It just started firing, so it hasn't had time to shoot many. So you can get a lot closer with reflexes than you would otherwise. It's still desperate though, because you're running headlong into a Gatling gun over open ground. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, if you're running straight at it, you could run to the side out of its line of fire. That would be riskier. That would
running
be
no.
It would be risky, not desperate. Running straight at it would be desperate.
Can I use skirmish if I run straight at
it? Skirmish means you're attacking it head on.
Yep.
How are you attacking it? If it's
can't shoot you if the barrels can't turn.
Are you just waiting till you can punch it?
Yeah, I'm just trying to ram my hands through the spinning barrels to stop it from firing.
Yeah, that's desperate.
Wrap those webby meat hands.
Yeah, my webby wheat hands, which I cut my folds. Mm-hmm. Cut my folds. I'll put that.
Yeah. It's desperate, and you're going to take harm even if you get a critical success, because that's literally how you defined it. So yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Gonna roll 5d6 because I got the pause back on.
Mm-hmm.
Probably gonna burn the thing to increase effect, not to be trifled with.
Mm-hmm.
So equivalent to a small group doing it. Anyone want to assist?
I'll lend some Sparkies your way.
Thank you. So that's 66.
Mm-hmm.
Pew, pew, pew.
That'd be a critical success.
Okay.
To do that.
Describe how you take it down. You will take a level 1 harm because you specifically chose. That's how you succeed.
They are panning to shoot a line of charging peasants.
Mm-hmm.
And then the gun abruptly stops as I grab its smoking barrels in my chimney paws.
Mm-hmm.
And just wrench it from its mooring and start swinging it around.
All right.
Just beat the machine gun.
Yeah, I beat them to death with their own Gatling gun.
It only kills a few peasants. It barely had time to really get started. The barrel's still not that hot to the touch. How are you dealing with the level 1 harm? Well, you can give me the resistance check because,
Yes, I will do that.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I guess you just don't feel things anymore.
Yeah, fuck. I'll just hold the Gatling gun in one arm and just start firing it in the air.
Yeah. In fact,
I hope it's motivating to the people.
Yeah. They're trying to get their way in, and Killdozer, their Salvage, you see a hole open up in the ground ahead of you, and something starts slithering out. Something very large, and full of tentacles and writhing eyes. An enormous maw. Looks like a shuffling horror from beyond time and space. Summoned, like Scurlock has access to that kind of magic as well. So it's big and nasty. What are you gonna do?
Mm-hmm. So with the hole that it's coming out of, is it big enough for the Killdozer to fall in?
I would say it's smaller than the Killdozer by a little bit, but the Killdozer could like cover it if you just planted it on top of it. It would fall in. It would be stuck in it. So you could definitely plug that hole with the Killdozer.
Plug the hole, or the other idea I have is to lower the front bucket, grab it, and then just start dragging it underneath me.
You can't really do that. You could just ram it.
I was assuming right now it would come around. So if it hooked its tentacles and then basically just dragged it as it was trying to get to the, I guess.
Well, you mean dragging it underneath it? I don't see how that would work, but you could drag it along the ground.
That's what I was thinking. So put the bucket down and then push it out with it and continue to drag it on.
Well, it's uphill of you too, by the way. So you're coming at it at an angle. So.
Okay. So.
Yeah, because it's ahead of you and you're going uphill. Okay, but yeah, you could definitely use the Killdozer as a battering ram.
Yeah, I will attempt to do that.
All right, this is going to be. Let's see here. I'll let you choose. You can do risky and basically engage it, but you'll have to deal with it for a while, or you could try and one shot it, but that's going to be desperate.
We're going to try the one shot desperate.
All right, this is desperate finesse.
This for finesse. All right, I will go ahead and spend my last some stress on there. Mm-hmm. And is anybody else able to help in this, or
Vine? Only Vine
left before I die. But
yeah,
okay. Until I got to save it for vampire fighting. Yeah,
demon fighting.
So no racing. Okay.
You heard me right. I got you.
I mean, there's always devil's bargain if you want an extra die, but
yeah.
Well, Audra is helping. Flake right now, so Vimes can assist.
I didn't say I was assisting. I'm saying that if he wants an extra die.
Oh no,
yeah, he was talking to me.
Yeah,
and us.
No, I didn't hear you, Bill. So
okay, yeah, sorry, I had to switch my mic over because my headphones died.
Yeah.
Okay, so are you assisting or no worries?
Yes, I am.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. They could just look around. Oh, pull that lever right there. No, not that.
No, Vimes is kind of like shooting at it, probably to draw its attention away from you. All right. Hey, look at me. You want to eat me, right? Ignore the Killdozer coming up.
Success. Ooh.
All right. So with the success, you do manage to one shot it.
Thank you, Vimes.
You take the crane arm and just plunge it into its giant eye, because these things always have a giant eye. And it explodes in a shower of ichor and blood, and gore, and it smells awful, and some of it gets in your mouth and it tastes, you've never tried it before, but it tastes like Malort. Instantly repelled by it, but strange is like, what if we bottled something? What if we bottled this?
And how? No, we're not. This is not the origin story for Malort in Dustfall. Fuck that. No.
Well, some of the workers are like, hey, this tastes pretty good.
Consequences, Aaron.
So you've made that. So the fighting turns into the manor as you've managed to get inside. As your forces pour in, there are a full garrison of Renfields essentially, and various ghouls and other monstrous things fighting. So the fighting is pretty brutal. And it's very chaotic. Some of your forces are held off by fear effects, and various curses and hulls. and other shuffling horrors. But your job, of course, is to find Scurlock, because Scurlock is the only one who knows where Satara is. So you can either just run ahead into the depths of the manor and focus on...
I do that.
All right. Yep. Let's see. Your Gatling gun is going to be weighing you down if you...
No, I will drop the Gatling gun after I made the cinematic pose with it.
Okay. Let's see here. Vimes, you're still closest. Are you following after Flake, or are you going to try and help your forces consolidate their hold on the manor?
No, I mean, the objective here is to kill the demon.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So you plunge in afterwards. You two, probably a study check will be needed to figure out where Scurlock is, because he is definitely...
That's why I came along.
Yep. He's definitely a hiding. He didn't get to be a vampire by, jumping into big old fights.
Marshall did at least.
All right. So, you found him, or rather he found you. You step into a room that seems to be some sort of large dining hall. You notice there's, a large chandelier, a fireplace, and weapons on the racks, lots of spears. And it is actually pretty quiet from where you are, so you're very far away from the main fighting. But then as because you got a partial, the door slams on you, and then all of the lights are magically extinguished. It is utter darkness. And you hear Scurlock's voice. I'll ask you only this out of formality. Submit to me and you will live. Otherwise you will die.
And then how many henchmen will you have? One? Just me? What will you rebuild in this new empire with you and me together?
Submit and you'll find out.
No. Tell me where your master is, and then you may go.
All right.
You get to live forever. Are you not patient?
There is a whistling in the air, and you realize, Flake, that Scurlock has just thrown a spear with inhuman force at you. So it is utter darkness, and he moves utterly silently, and there's a lot of spears on the wall. So guess what his fighting strategy is?
Yeah.
Yep. So you're going to need to give me a desperate finesse check to not be impaled.
All right. Well, I don't have finesse, so I'll take the worst of two.
Yeah.
I'm in there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to fall on that sword for you, or spear, as
all right.
it were.
Yep. Desperate finesse check then.
Oh, I succeed either way. Partially.
Well, it's desperate, so... well, wait, no.
I got a point of armor left.
Vimes was rolling for you, so...
Yeah. Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
I would just take Caleb's roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, with a failure, I'm
trying to sacrifice your life for someone and rolling a 1.
Yeah.
He tripped on his shoes. Okay.
He did. I'll say that's what happens. Vimes, you tripped on your shoes. It's utter darkness. You can't see what's going on, so you just fall to the ground. So you lose. But you, with a partial, this is only going to be a level 2 harm, but only. As
I burned my last armor.
Okay. It catches your oven plate there and rips it asunder. And you hear
take my lantern out from my back pocket.
And it embeds itself in the stone wall behind you. Like this is he's scary. Meanwhile, we'll get back to you in a second, okay, as you two spend a bit of moment scrambling for cover, and that kind of thing. Let's see here. Salvage and Audra, you saw Flake and Vimes run into the manor. You're outside the manor right now, but you're pretty close to the hole that Vimes made. What are the two of you going to do? Yeah. you're in the heat of battle. There's dying and violence.
I would go in.
Yeah. All right. So Audra runs in.
Yeah, at this point, I think we just need to go in there because the dozer's stuck at this point. We probably can't.
You got a success. Like you got
to, just do fucking donuts in the courtyard, man.
All right, so okay. Then I thought it really was you.
Yeah, just get in there and start wrecking shit.
Yeah, you can just keep pressing the bulldozer forward. Like you can't hide if there's no manner. It's just going to take.
Oh, Vimes, actually, before you go out, since you're at least something I could do for you, can I say that I had the phasing harness in with us?
Yeah, that would be a 1-point flashback to give it to Vimes.
Yep. So take it. At least it'll get you in there without hopefully getting hit.
Okay. So Vimes, do you want to accept the phasing harness?
Sure.
Okay.
Hey, Salvage.
Yeah.
Just asking a question.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a way to overcharge this thing to make like it's sort of a 2-step process, right? The leaving and then the arriving. Would there be a way to make something just leave?
Just infinitely intangible. So, or that you don't want to become tangible anymore.
Want to make Scurlock fall through the earth.
Let's find out.
Well, Scurlock could survive being phased partially into a solid object if you needed him, because vampire. So if you needed to interrogate him,
but if we could make it a one-way trip,
yeah, especially because he probably doesn't know how to work it, like you were saying. So trick him.
Yeah,
like here it is.
Yeah. Well, if nothing else, just I could do a tinker check right now to see if I can at least jury rig it in a way where it will stick to the phasing and never come out.
I mean, Ross, is there a way to just do that? Can I just break the lever off?
Yeah. Well, I would say since this is a 1-point flashback, you could have discussed this ahead of time, and of course you could have planned this out. So, because vampire, you don't have a vampire killing weapon. Vampire are real fucking scary. So, give me a tinker check. There.
All right. Right channel there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's gonna do it great. He's never going to be tangible again. That's a critical.
I'd say we transformed it into basically a grenade or like a net. Like you just it's 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 a 1-shot weapon though. So make sure you don't miss.
Yeah. So we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see when we get. We'll see when we get back into that room.
Yeah.
How this goes.
So Salvage is just lumbering forward, the little killdozer that could. Audra, how are you going to find your two friends that got ahead of you?
She's got a better study than all of us, so
yeah,
that's how we found Scurlock.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I would say she just finds us. Yeah.
Oh yeah. You find another door into the same hall, and nobody heard you come in, and you noticed the trap or the locking mechanism, so you prevent it, so you keep it ajar so it doesn't lock inward on you, so you can get out. But it is pitch black in there, and because of your critical success, you can act next. You heard that conversation just as you were getting in the door, and it's pitch black, so you've heard things. You don't know what the layout of the hall looks like because you did get there a bit late, so you didn't see it before the lights were extinguished. So, but Scurlock's in there. Flake and Vimes are in there.
So it's dark and Scurlock moves silently. But can I go all attuned Daredevil on this shit?
You sure can. It would be risky, but yeah.
Is it gathering info?
Yeah. Yeah, it literally is.
Partial.
Okay.
He masks it a little bit. He's a spooky vampire.
Yeah, you can't. There is a blob where Scurlock is.
That's fine. I just need that end of Predator vision.
Yeah. It's not like you're not gonna be able to. You can aim for a center mass, but that's about it. Okay. But you can't do any fancy targeting or anything like that. So that takes you a bit to do. So it's a new action then. Scurlock is even faster than you, Flake. because, you know, vampire. And he is going to throw another spear at you because he really wants to kill you, because you pose a threat to his master. So he throws another spear that can embed itself in a stone wall.
So did using the ping use up my action? Okay,
getting in and using the ping did so. Okay. You can make another desperate finesse check to avoid it. You could do something else. I would say you can use one skirmish to spend your action to throw up a table to block it. You're going to run out of table though, if you focus on that kind of defense. But it'll.
Can I say something?
It's not going to.
Can I talk while I do it?
Yeah, you can talk while you do it. You still have to deal with the spear. But
all right, I'll throw up I will skirmish to deflect the spear.
Okay.
Critical success.
Awesome. What are you saying? Like this?
Lumos, light all the lamps in this room.
Oh, so you wanted Lumos to be with you the entire time?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I kept him in my lantern, and he's in my.
Oh yeah, you did say that last session, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I have a lantern.
Yeah.
Lumos is in it.
Is this my service? Oh no, yeah. So
year and a day. It's part of it.
Yeah. Luminos does weakly light the things. I am being counteracted. It is there's a very dim light in the room. So you can see what Scurlock is still not visible. So the fireplace is active, but he's somewhere up in the rafters. But you can see the spears coming, so it's no longer desperate to do shit. Yeah, so that's a good advantage.
Yay.
Let's see here. Vimes. Yeah.
I'm trying to triangulate Scurlock based on spears.
Okay. You can't do it this round because the light came on after this spear was thrown, but you can start doing it for next round. So after he throws the next spear, you can take a shot at him with the net, with the phase harness thing. So if you give me a study check, you can sort of get in a position where you think he'll be, so you'll have a better shot at him.
Done and done. And I pulled a success. How about that?
All right, you look at the angle of where the spear was thrown from, and you guess what area about he's in, what third of the rafters he's in. So you've narrowed it down to about a third of it. So you start running over there to get underneath him, so you can just throw it straight up into him. Because as long as you make contact, I mean, you might not get, you might just partially phase him, which might even be better. Because as long as his head is intact, you think he'll be able to talk a little bit at least, or Audra would have something to forensic attune that information out of his body. So, yeah, Luminos has provided a bit of light. The rafters are still dark, but you can see the spears, and you can see your two allies, Audra, as Flake throws up a giant, thick oak dining table, a feast table, and as the spear barely misses him and hits the table. So what are you going to do?
I was just going to Tempest blast Scurlock.
Okay. Yeah, you can try that. A little bit of lightning. You can wait until he throws the spear to know. Oh no, you already can see.
Yeah, no, he already pinged him.
Yeah. So yeah, go ahead and roll a tune. This is risky.
Okay. Partial.
All right, it lights him up for
but
splits.
I rolled it straight. Does that count for anything?
No. I appreciate asking that. Actually, because you did that, though, it doesn't do any damage to him, but it does light him up because there's literally a spark of light. So, Vimes, you can throw the phase harness now before Scurlock can get another spear out. He's holding...
Are we going to be able to question him if he starts falling through the earth?
I mean, if you get him, your real success is to basically get his lower half of his body so he can't move around, and you can get a partial yeah,
but a full success would lead to him just plummeting through.
No, that would be a partial, is getting his full body.
Okay,
yeah, you want him partially
so a full success is actually partially hitting him.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you for that.
Okay, so I have
your explanation.
Yeah.
I have 2 in hunt, but I could Rook's Gambit it up to sway to fake him out for 3. Now
I mean, that's an extra die.
Really love a 4th die if anybody's got anything, but I understand we're all.
I got a whole other trauma to burn, so
Yeah.
Audra's helping.
Yeah, Audra, you just hold the spark a little longer. You're sweating, but you're just holding the lightning. It's like, ow, what the fuck? And then he looks down and says, "Oh shit!" And then Vimes throws the phase harness on him.
Here goes.
Hurrah!
All right. So you fully.
He's gone.
He is gone. And so is the phase harness. Now. You could have flashbacked and had some sort of contingency plan to make one last ditch effort to save his head or something. But that would be a desperate action of some kind. So, like, Audrey, you could do a desperate attune to try and, like, pull the head out of the harness.
Grab his soul while his body falls down.
Okay. So that was desperate. And so you managed to grab his head, which has enough of his soul left for you to briefly interrogate before Scurlock the vampire's gone. But the face harness is 100% gone.
But I got his head.
You got his head. And he's...
That's going on my shelf.
It is still writhing around. And
Alpha's gonna love this.
Yeah. Now, there's 2 ways to get information from the head. One, you can try and do a force of wills against Scurlock's, expiring spirit, which gets you all the information you want, but it's a desperate action because that's he's really going to try and kill you as you're doing that. Or you could just sort of object read the head and. Where has it been recently? It's probably could take you, if you trace it, you could take it to where Satara is, but that's not going to tell you anything about any kind of traps or defenses Satara has or anything like that. And so that'll be risky. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Join with the head.
Now, have you already gotten your 3rd trauma now with that last
No.
Okay.
I got 1 left.
Okay.
Because it was 1 assist and 2 from the Tempest.
I will assist you. I will assist you in attuning to the head now that Scurlock's falling to the earth.
We're probably gonna,
unless you want to save it for the demon. Yeah.
Well, I mean, at this pacing, we'll probably have a reset between.
Yeah.
Because Satara is probably going to be a separate.
Yeah, I'll assist. Powerful wizard.
Okay.
I will ghost menace him. Like, give him the old ghost knuckle if he doesn't.
Partial.
Okay. And what you're doing the desperate action? Or the risky action?
I think the risk. Start by just reading his mind. I don't want to get possessed by a vampire the way our luck's gone.
Yeah. He'd just try and give you a heart attack. Try and shut.
I also have a tier 2 fear asset specifically designed against him. So.
Okay. Well, then that will negate that.
Yeah, I'll use that.
Okay. So yeah, you get the information. There is one path that leads far below the manor. And you can tell where it goes. There's so yeah, you know the path to go. That must be because it goes where the fuck did it goes way far down. It seems to be a spiral staircase leading a long ways down. So yeah, that'll be your path to Satara. Yeah, the fighting is continuing, but you it is beginning to catch up to you. So let's see here. Salvage. As you're working through it, a couple of Renfields, desperate, Well, actually, one of them jumps onto the killdozer, and he's holding a bundle of explosives that is with the fuse, lit fuse, and he is grinning at you through the porthole, trying to stuff it in. It is very short fuse as well. So, what are you gonna do? For free, I could say you could just jump out, and he just blows it up.
No, he's not. We've worked too hard on this. Would it be possible to throw an alkahest on it to put out the fuse?
That's going to be desperate.
Okay.
Desperate finesse. Yeah.
Desperate finesse.
Because, that's a precision thing without getting alkahest on it, which will just ignite it or detonate it.
You could
know what? I'm still
shoot
gonna
him
go.
You could shoot him. That is a thing you
with a
can.
gun
Yep, you do have
before he kills himself, as he is planning to do. It's literally an ethically neutral scenario.
No, it's not the ethics of that. I'm thinking because I was assuming that the bomb was placed in there and I'd have to get that off.
No, it's like a bundle of dynamite that he's trying to shove through the porthole. So you
shoot him and slam on the brakes.
All right, yeah. So, okay, then I will go ahead and do that then. So
all right, that's skirmish. Right. That is going to be desperate.
I'm not
Oh my god!
I don't have any skirmish, so. Everything in this game has been finesse with me. So,
well, finesse. You could do a desperate finesse check to shake him off, and so you're yeah.
Or with finesse, you could grab the dynamite and chuck it back out the porthole.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so I'll take either one of those. So,
all right, it's desperate either way.
Which one? It's very important.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to throw him off with the truck. So
okay,
or the killdozer. But I am going to go ahead and do that, and that's going to put me to my second trauma.
Okay.
So, all right. Success. Whew.
Okay. So it explodes right outside of it. So the killdozer takes minimal damage, but the shockwave hits you full force, just knocking you out for a second. And you wake up, your ears, all you can hear is as you've undoubtedly had a concussion. Welcome to your second trauma. What is it?
That's absolutely going to be vicious right now, since I am pissed that this.
Yeah, so the rest of this is a blur as you just go hog wild, as you're just you're bleeding from the ears and the nose, and you're just you don't realize you're laughing and screaming until hours later when someone's like, he's just, hey, as you eventually stagger out and pass out. But yeah, you're just there's not going to be anything left of the manor.
Nobody hurts my holes.
Yeah. It appears, out of character, we could, extend this to, you all take a break. Satara's not going anywhere. I will say this is Satara is staying down in, its lair beneath the manor, which you can still get to even if you totally demolished the manor. So, Attica, do you want to extend that into the last session? Or do you want to just...
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that'd be probably better. So.
All right. So you've won you've slain Scurlock at a great cost. You've lost your phase harness. All of you were almost killed numerous times. And quite a few people are dead. There's still a lot of silent possessed people there. Seems they were possessing the Renfields to replenish their losses, so to speak.
Fine.
Yeah.
It's utterly fine.
Yeah. Your kildos are still intact. Scurlock is now there. So we'll end there. You any downtime, you just have downtime as people drink and break out the ghost cocaine and start looting the luxuries of the manor.
Loot the wine cellar.
Yeah. So everyone just has two, unless if you want to not do 2 downtimes of recreation of you can let me know. But heat doesn't really matter at this point. But yeah, we'll end there as you party, as you celebrate not getting murdered, as the revolution begins in earnest, as Bliss and some of the other people start consolidating their forces. Your Stradler and Wardoff come to you and say, "Hey, we've been the other boats don't want to seem to fight us, but we're going to need replenishment soon. They're going to build up a big assault force, but we got it's just heating up." So I guess the last real question is: are you going to break out the Soul Engine and start using it to reinforce the revolution, or are you going to keep it hidden?
Sorry, what are we keeping hidden?
The Soul Engine. Are you going to keep it hidden, keep it safe,
Oh.
or are you going to be like, "Hey, revolutionaries, here, take your new weapons. We will
not until this guy comes back. No, we don't know. Oh,
well, that's your vote.
Turn all of the bodies into weapons.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. There's a bunch of dead people you could harness into souls, make a lot of soul cars, soul tanks.
I think that's a next time question.
Okay, all right. Well, something to think about as you
flood the city with soul tanks.
Hey, Ross, just on bookkeeping, I cleared 6 stress on my first one, which leaves me with just 1. So I'm actually gonna train prowess.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Well, you could say that you're just helping. Doing leadership stuff, like helping the revolutionaries, and that's a lot of training, basically. So yeah, we'll end as the revolution begins. So questions, comments. Everybody have fun. All right. Well, thank you all for listening, and we'll talk to you next time. Bye.
Bye. Soul Dozer.